So today I'm going to show you how I made my Railway Series Percy models. These guys, I mean, look, there's no real basis for Percy. He's a green caterpillar with red stripes. I don't think that choosing a basis works. Now, what I did was followed the Reverend's own thoughts in modeling, which was to sandwich a Triang Nellie and a Nellie Pug. So the smoke boxes and the cabs are Triang Nellies, and the tanks are Pugs, and they sit on the Pug chassis as well. And these guys really are essentially the same. This was the first one I attempted, Percy Mark 1. He, compared to number 2, has a longer tank and a longer wheelbase and a shorter cab, because I was a bit nervous to cut the tank down a straight line anywhere other than its ends, and it was easier to cut the cab and put it back together. For Mark 2, I had a few improvements to make, and so we'll get there when we get there. So yeah, these guys aren't on any real basis or engine basis, and I tried to be more consistent with the drawings of Peter and Gunvor Edwards from Branch Line Engines, and that's mainly because I don't like Kenny's depiction of Percy with the circular smoke box and the struts that come off it. It's just doesn't vibe with me. I think it still looks a little too cartoonish, whereas Peter and Gunvor Edwards Percy, he's squat, he's got those, I think that the flat lines from the smoke box down to the foot plate just look a little more charming, and I think he looks more like a real engine in those illustrations, and so that's what I've tried to replicate here. So that's a starting point. Let's see how I did it. So, as far as modeling goes, this was fairly simple. As I explained before, Smokey Joe in the center, Nellie on the outside. Now I have a Triang Nellie here to show you the similarity. So as you can see, that's clearly the same smoke box and the same cab. So these guys are the same. As I was saying before, Percy Mark 1 has a shortened cab because I didn't cut down the smoke box at all. I was able to retain more of the features of the Pug. God, why are these guys all chipping away? I'll need to repaint some of this stuff. Anyway, I had more of the features the Pug retained, including the safety valve, so I was able to put that on this Percy, whereas this one, I lost them somewhere along the way, so that's a shame. You can see here, I made the roof smooth on this guy. This is just a bit of 5 thou plastic card, I think. Is this it? No, that's 10. Anyway, thin plastic card on there, puttied out. Made that thin, which is nice, because I don't really like the top of a Nellie roof. It's a bit odd. Anyway, what else to say about him? This one is a little bit different. So, I mean, this is just a straight up Callie on the chassis here. The chassis is a Hornby Callie Pug. The footplate is also, the running board is also a Hornby Callie Pug running board, which is made of metal. And I didn't cut that up, and that's kind of why I preserved the whole length. I was a little bit scared to go and do anything there. But on the second go around, I said, screw it. Percy looks better shorter. I mean, that's what the illustrations look like. He's meant to be a little shunting engine. So I wanted to give him more of a Peckett look without using an actual Peckett, because that's just insane. Who has that kind of money to sacrifice on a Railway Series toy model? So if I can pull this away, there we go. So I cut down the original Smokey Joe chassis. You can see there it's cut down a little bit. I got the cylinders off a 43XX, which is what I used to build my James. The video of him is up, so you can watch that for reference. So the cylinders came here when they came off James, and yeah, that cut down and the cylinders, make him. It looks visually shorter than this, where that kind of looks like a big wheelbase engine because of how long it is over the front wheels. But this thing being really short over the front wheels doesn't look that long. And then the body itself, I made my own running board out of plastic card, which is again 1mm thick plastic card for most of my structural elements. This is the first time I use nails as buffers, so it's nails and a plastic card tube as a sleeve to the nail. That's a staple here on the vacuum pipe. I didn't do one on the back. Don't ask me why. And you can see under here, yeah, there's Callie Pug for you, the blue in there, and there was also a blue Triang Nellie that I dismembered for the rest of it. and there's a ton of this like lead shot weight stuff in here, which I generally hate because you can't glue it down enough and the lead gets everywhere. And so there's a layer of hot glue over the top of this as well to really seal it in. So he's got a heap of weight on the front, and the whole bunker is full of this as well. So he's pretty well rounded, but he did have quite a few running issues originally, mainly that the chassis was warped because it had been cut. So that was annoying. But eventually I figured out what that was and fixed it. I really like this guy. I think this is a pretty perfect Percy. Now, like my other models, the lining is done with masking tape and red paint. Numbering and lettering are done by hand using a very small brush. These are all done around the same time when I upgraded my models. I've got a more RWS style 6 here and a more TVS style 6 over here. And yeah, they've got different sides of them with the dual livery. So they've got dual 6 on one side and then the whole NWR and 6 on the other. Opposite sides just to give a bit of variation. So you can run one way and one the other way. And that is Percy. Let me just check my script and see if I didn't have anything more to tell you about Percy. No, I have nothing more. So there we go. That's Percy. Let's see some footage of him running.